Aloha. Ooh, aloha. Welcome or welcome back. Welcome if you're new. How's it, everybody? I know I've been gone a minute. I had a lot of stuff I needed to catch up on, and I was sick. February is also just a weird month for me, anyway, as it is for some people, I'm sure. It's been 20 years since my brother passed away, so just a weird month for me moving through things. And I know Mercury in retrograde is about to start. It's in pre-shadow right now. Um, but yeah, anyway, I apologize for my absence and I thank you for your patience. But I want to see what the energy and what the theme of the week is going to be for this week. So let's get right into it. What is the theme of this week for the collective? I'm hearing that song in my head. I know I just listened to it earlier, but it's that song by T-Pain, A Million Times, yes, 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 yes. So I feel like that could be the energy, we just had Lunar New Year pass and the new moon as well with the solar eclipse. So I'm just wondering how you all are feeling. 111 when I looked over, 7 of Wands. Okay, so the theme of the week I feel like is standing up for yourself and maybe protecting your boundaries in some way, right? And just not admitting defeat or not surrendering your self belief, right? And Six of Cups is on the bottom, okay? So nostalgia is significant. Healing is significant as well. Just really loving on your inner child, 143 when I said that. So really loving on your inner child. And as if you know or you don't know, 143 tends to stand for I love you, right? In numerology. But yeah, just really standing on what your inner child needs, right? Because let's see what we need to release. What do we need to release as a collective? What do we need to release? And they're in a gi. I think this is called a gi. So they're in their gi. So I don't know if karate's significant or somewhere where you would wear a gi. What is it? Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting what my friend does now. Anyway, my friends does a sport where you need to wear a gi. Anyway, four of wands. Oh, okay. So that's like the true genuine soulmates card, right? So I feel like you're going to a gathering that you're feeling some sense of stability, okay, but what you need to release, Two of Swords, okay? You're releasing, letting go of difficult choices, right? You're letting go of being stuck in the middle, of feeling like you're stuck in the middle. You're letting go of anxiety, of indecision, okay? So you're blindfolded in this right now, but once you let go, and I feel a lot of protective energy this week, right? Because there's both these women's in these pictures. They're holding up like a sword or a stick, so in some way, shape, or form, I feel like protecting yourself and your inner self right now, your inner child, is very important, okay? Four of Wands. So I like this picture and depiction a lot, right? They got the flowers above and they're just there. They're like taking a selfie, like, hey, so maybe you're going to, and again, yeah, so it's time to release the burden. So 10 of Wands is on the bottom as well, okay? You're only responsible for you, right? Like, well, at least for the most part, most of us are only responsible for ourselves, right? So you're only responsible for you in ways that tend to your soul, right? Like we can't give to other people without giving to ourselves, I guess is what I want to say. And I like how the sea is pink in the back of this deck, in the back of this card. Anyway, let's see, what do we need to embrace this week? My eyes are being drawn to these dolphins. One card, please. That was the Six of Wands, though. Oop, did I just lose a card? What do we need what do we need to embrace? Okay, so maybe we need to embrace our trauma, embrace our stress, and instead of looking at it as one big mountain to climb, we need to break it down into pieces, right? The moon. So an illusion will come, an illumination will come to show you the path of what you need to embrace and what you need to release, right? So, and again, we're focused on what we need to embrace. So maybe you need to embrace the trauma instead of pushing it down. You need to embrace what you've been through and grieve that process, right? Like, we can't fully release something until we've grieved it. And I know that seems strange because we only are supposed to grieve things that have died, right? But like things can die in our lives, like relationships, and not die in the most dramatic sense, but they can like wean out of our lives and not be there anymore. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like this next full moon is significant, and that should be in like another couple weeks, right? I'm trying to look at my calendar. All right, so that should be, I feel like it's in the, I don't remember when the exact date is, but I think it's in the beginning of March, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I feel like the full moon is significant. It's going to bring up a lot of these themes of self-preservation, of protection, of your boundaries and things of that nature. So how should we act right now? How should we act towards these energies currently? I'm going to take this because it was the High Priestess and it's pretty. Ace of Wands is under the High Priestess, okay? So you are an inspiration. You are going to get a creative spark from someone, and you are about to step into a new passion that you're passionate about and that you care about and that you actually want around in your life. So how we should act is like the High Priestess, right? So very intuitive, very spiritual, very mystical in nature, right? We're going to be using our inner voice and maybe putting that outwardly so. Yeah, so we definitely need to start using our inner voice, practice our big girl, big boy, whatever you are, voice. All right, so what is going to anchor us this week? What's going to anchor this energy this week? Let's see. I never noticed that she's reading the Torah in this picture right here. This gives me like very, this High Priestess card gives me very like Snow White, I don't know why, like Snow White energy, even though she's not, the typical Snow White is blonde, right? Like, or that's what they do in the movies. Oop. So what's going to anchor us what's going to anchor us into this energy this week is our going towards our recuperation, going towards things that are self-protecting. Again, with the self-protecting, King of Swords is on the bottom, okay? So you have the authority over your life to wield this discipline and integrity in your life. And again, using your rejuvenation and your rest and your self-care. I really don't like using that word. It's a very hot button hot button word. But yeah, so going back into self when it comes to certain things, right? So that's what's going to anchor you, is taking care of yourself right now and taking care of your vessel, giving back to yourself. And again, with all the swords, there's a lot of swords energy right here. So just remember that the more you Chariot, okay? So you are going to have success. The more that you give back to yourself, the more you're able to give to others, okay? Again, as the adage goes, we cannot pour from an empty cup, right? So again, the more you give to yourself, the more you relax and adjust without not adjust, relax without any guilt is what I wanted to say. Okay, so one clarity card for this spread right here. Let's see. Oh, see, look. All right, look, there's two cards on the bottom. All right, so protection is the one that's on the bottom, and this is a very creepy ass picture, but I do like it. Okay, so call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. So again, the theme of the week is asking you to retrieve back those pieces that maybe you've given out freely to people that maybe didn't deserve it. Maybe they deserved it at the time, but now they're tugging on your energy, pulling on your energy, pulling on your strings, trying to drain the source from you when we shouldn't let that happen, okay? And then the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So you're crossing a threshold right now when it comes to this next chapter of your life. And I believe this is a lunar eclipse, solar eclipse on the top of this. I think this is lunar eclipse because it's the moon. I don't remember. But anyway, so yeah, so you're being called to protect yourself right now. You're being called to give back to yourself in some way. It's time to step back maybe from the things that are going on in your life and take a broader look at what's happening, okay? Because you are this High Priestess energy and you are this King of Swords energy as well. And then, oh, Two of Cups is on here too, okay? So an Ace of Cups, holy crap. Okay, so an emotional awakening is bound to come. A spiritual awakening is bound to come. And again, you are protected, but you are being initiated for something greater. Okay, and it's very dark in this oracle card right here, right? And then, okay, so I lifted up this card, but I'm going to pull this last one, I promise. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? Okay, so again with the swords. So swords is very, very significant, a lot of air energy. But again, have you answered your deepest calling? Only you can answer that for yourself.